Something shifted on YouTube recently, and if you're still creating content the old way, you're already behind. There's a new breed of channels popping up that are out-earning creators who've been in the trenches for 5, 6, even 7 years. And here's the kicker, they're not working harder, they're not using expensive equipment, they just stumbled onto a formula that YouTube's algorithm physically cannot resist. Let me show you what I mean. There's this channel called Psychology Simplified. They launched 2 months ago in November. Right now, they're sitting at over 138,000 subscribers, 42 videos, that's it. And every single week, they're pulling over 1 million views. I'm about to show you exactly why that happens. And more importantly, I'm going to walk you through the exact blueprint these channels are using to blow up. The step-by-step system they repeat in every upload. By the time we're done here, you'll have everything you need to implement this yourself and start seeing real results within the next 48 hours. But before we get into tactics, you need to understand the psychology behind why this works, because if you skip this foundation, you're going to build the wrong thing. You'll waste weeks, maybe months, wondering why nothing's sticking. So let's break down the real reason this channel is winning. Psychology Simplified isn't successful because they picked a trendy topic. Psychology content has been on YouTube forever. Mental health videos, self-improvement channels, behavior analysis, it's all been done to death. But here's what they figured out that most people miss. It's not about what you talk about, it's about how you frame it. Every single one of their videos follows the same exact pattern. They identify a specific behavior that people recognize in themselves, and then they pair it with a psychological explanation that makes the viewer feel understood. But that's not enough. You need a system. A structure that you can repeat over and over without reinventing the wheel every single time. So let me walk you through how to build this exact system from scratch. This is an example of what we will be creating.
Let's talk about that specific moment when you get home after a long day. You know the one? You walk in, you turn the lock on the door, and you hear that click. For a lot of people, that's just a routine sound. It means they're home. But for you, it feels like something is physically unhooking inside your chest. Your shoulders actually drop. Your jaw unclenches. That background noise of anxiety that's been humming in your ears all day.
Let's start with your channel name. You don't need to brainstorm for hours. Use the channel name prompt I've linked in the description below. Drop it into ChatGPT. Generate a list of names. Pick one. Done. For this example, I'm going with the Psychology Framework. It's clear, it's descriptive, it tells people exactly what they're going to get. Next up, your profile picture and banner. You've got 2 options here. You can either auto-generate everything to match a proven competitor's style, or you can manually design something custom. I'm telling you right now, go with option 1, auto-generate. Match the competitor's minimalist style. Here's why this works. In this specific niche, familiarity beats creativity. When people see a visual style that looks similar to content they've already consumed and enjoyed, their brain doesn't have to work as hard. There's no cognitive friction. They feel safe clicking. You're not trying to impress anyone with your graphic design skills. You're trying to lower the barrier to entry so people click faster. Head over to Whisk. Generate your profile picture. Generate your banner. Keep it simple. Keep it clean. Move on. This entire branding phase should take you less than 30 minutes. Because here's the truth, your branding doesn't make or break your channel. Your content does. And the faster you can get to producing content, the faster you can start learning what actually works. Once you've got your visuals locked in, set up your channel. Step 2, idea generation. This is simpler than you think, but most people still overcomplicate it. Here's the process. Head to the Google Doc I've linked below. Grab the video idea prompt, paste it into ChatGPT. Tell it how many ideas you want, but here's the critical step that most people skip. Before you hit generate, you need to give ChatGPT context. Go to your competitor's channel, in this case, Psychology Simplified. Scroll through their uploads and find their 10 best performing videos, the ones with the most views. Copy those titles, paste them into ChatGPT. Now generate your ideas. Look at what ChatGPT spits out. The psychology of people who feel safer being alone than with others. That's perfect. It's immediately relatable. It gently calls out a behavior that tons of people experience but never talk about. And most importantly, it's a high click-through rate topic. Here's the rule. Any video idea that lightly exposes a behavior people recognize in themselves will always outperform generic educational content. Always. People don't want to learn. They want to feel understood. Remember that. Step 3, script writing. This is where the magic happens. For scripting, you're going to use Gemini. It's hands down the best model for this type of content. Head back to the Google Doc. Grab the scripting prompt. This prompt is preloaded with delivery style and structure based on what's already working in this niche. You're not copying anyone, you're applying proven principles to your own content. Paste the prompt into Gemini. Insert your video idea. Add any specific details or angles you want to explore. Hit generate. Gemini will give you a full script that follows the same psychological structure that's driving millions of views. You might need to tweak a few lines here and there to match your voice, but the foundation will be solid. Now, here's something I want to address because I see this mistake all the time. A lot of creators think scripting is about sounding smart or using big words. It's not. Scripting is about clarity and pacing. Your script should sound like a conversation, like you're sitting across from someone, explaining something they're curious about. The moment your script starts to sound like an essay, you've lost. Read your script out loud. If anything feels clunky or unnatural, rewrite it. This step matters more than you think. Step 4. Image generation. Alright, this is where things get visual, and if you mess this up, your entire video falls apart. Go back to the Google Doc, grab the script to image prompt, paste it into ChatGPT along with your script. Also include the visual style you used when generating your profile picture and banner earlier. This keeps everything visually consistent. ChatGPT will give you a series of image prompts based on your script. Each prompt corresponds to a specific scene or moment in your video. But that is not enough to generate a good retention video, so ask ChatGPT to give you image prompt for every sentence in the script. Now, take those prompts over to Whisk, paste the first prompt, set your aspect ratio to 16:9, generate. Look at the output. It should match the minimalist sketch style we're going for. If it's too detailed or too abstract, adjust the prompt and regenerate. You want simplicity, clean lines, no clutter. Repeat this process for every scene in your script. Yes, it takes time, but once you've done this a few times, you'll get faster. And the visual consistency across your videos will train the algorithm to recognize your content style. And if you're getting value from this breakdown, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep pulling apart what's actually working on YouTube right now. Real systems, real results, no hype. Step 5. Voiceover. Let's talk about voice. This is one of the most underrated aspects of this entire format. I use 11 Labs for my voiceovers, but you can use whatever platform you prefer. The tool doesn't matter as much as the voice you choose. For this niche, I'm using a voice called Adam Spencer. It's warm, it's conversational, it sounds human, and that's critical. Here's what you need to avoid at all costs. Robotic voices, overly dramatic voices, voices that sound like they're narrating a nature documentary or a philosophy podcast. Once you've found your voice, set the model to 11v3 alpha. This version has more emotional range, which makes the delivery feel more natural. Paste your script into 11 Labs, format it properly, add pauses where they make sense, adjust the pacing if certain sections feel rushed, then generate your voiceover, download it, move on. Now here's the thing, a lot of people overcomplicate this step. They spend money on expensive voiceover artists or premium AI subscriptions they don't need. The reason this entire process works is because it's lean. We've already identified which tools matter and which ones are just noise. Everything I'm showing you here is designed to keep your costs as close to zero as possible while maintaining high quality output. Step 6. Editing. Alright, time to bring everything together. And if you hate editing, you're gonna love this part because it's stupid simple. Open CapCut or Premiere or whatever editor you're comfortable with. Doesn't matter. Import your voiceover. Import your image sequences. Drop them into the timeline. First thing, check your pacing. If your voiceover feels too slow, speed it up to 1.1 times. This keeps the energy moving without sounding rushed. Now, align your visuals with your audio. Every image should match what's being said at that exact moment. If you're talking about someone avoiding a phone call, show a phone. If you're explaining a psychological concept, show a visual metaphor. The editing follows 3 core principles: motion, continuity, and pacing. Motion comes from keyframes. I create constant, subtle movement by turning shorter scenes into compound clips. This lets me apply the same motion effect across multiple sequences without redoing the work every time. To make a compound clip in CapCut, highlight the scenes you want to group, right-click, and select Create Compound Clip. For keyframes, click on a scene. Click the diamond icon to set a keyframe. Adjust the scale or position. Move to the opposite end of the clip. Adjust again. Right-click the keyframe and select Ease In or Ease Out to smooth the motion. If you add music, make sure to adjust the decibel levels. Your voiceover should always be the dominant audio. The music is just there to enhance the mood. And that's it. Your video is done. Step 7. Thumbnail creation. This is the most important step in the entire process. I'm not exaggerating. Your thumbnail is the difference between a video that gets traction and a video that dies in obscurity. Go to your competitor's channel and take a screenshot of their thumbnail that is related to the same topic you're talking about and paste the image in the image JSON converter in ChatGPT. This tool will analyze the structure, color palette, composition, and text placement. It'll spit out a data breakdown. Copy that. Now, go back to your ChatGPT conversation, paste the data, tell ChatGPT to create a thumbnail prompt based on your video idea and title using the structure from the competitor's thumbnail. ChatGPT will give you a detailed prompt. Take that prompt over to Whisk, paste it in, generate the image. In less than 5 minutes, you've created a thumbnail that follows a proven structure without spending a single dollar. Here's why this works. You're not guessing. You're not experimenting with random colors or fonts. You're replicating a formula that's already been tested and validated by millions of impressions. And once you've done this a few times, you'll start to internalize what makes a good thumbnail in this niche. You'll be able to spot patterns. You'll understand why certain compositions work and others don't. But in the beginning, just follow the system. Before you click away, the sample video we built together is going to play next. Stick around and give it a watch.
Let's talk about that specific moment when you get home after a long day. You know the one? You walk in, you turn the lock on the door, and you hear that click. For a lot of people, that's just a routine sound. It means they're home. But for you, it feels like something is physically unhooking inside your chest. Your shoulders actually drop. Your jaw unclenches. That background noise of anxiety that's been humming in your ears all day suddenly cuts out. And in that silence, you don't feel lonely. You don't feel isolated. You feel safe